Running from the sirens and all these voices in my head. I don't wanna be compliant, but I can feel this weight inside my chest. Anything to stop the bleeding. Moving with my head down, praying I don't wind up dead. Anything to stop the bleeding. Looking for a way out of my head. A way out of my head. Yeah, hey, treat every day like it's your last. Man, I wasted so much time that I ain't never getting back. Hope you play this when I'm gone and cherish all the times we had. Memories are always with you, it's the moments that just flash, yeah. You might take me out my body, not my soul and spirit. Let the music live forever, and I hope you hear this. Everything I'm not is what made me the man I am. Gave it all I had, but this life is out of our hands. Had to fail 1,000 times for an inch of success. Every song is from the heart, wounds inside of my chest. Wish you well, even people who would wish us death. Can't hear your voice, this shit is loud enough inside my head. The sirens and all these voices in my head. I don't wanna be compliant, but I can feel this weight inside my chest. Anything to stop the bleeding. Moving with my head down, praying I don't wind up dead. Anything to stop the bleeding. Looking for a way out of my head. A way out of my head. Yeah, look, we don't appreciate this life until we're dead and gone. This will always mean more than just words in a song. Show the ones that you love how much they truly mean. I can't lie, I'll fall victim to the same things. Moving out of state and the distance drove me away. It's hard to answer calls when you want a reason to stay. Would do anything to be in your presence and see your face, but now I'm fading out, running from the sirens in my brain, yeah.
What's good, dude? Yo, I think you're muted, dude. I can't hear you.
I was, my bad.
Go.
It's always a shit show on this show. But anyways, as I was saying, welcome everybody. How is everybody doing? Welcome to another Tea Party interview. Today we have the pleasure of interviewing Mike Squires himself. We've been checking out quite a few songs lately that your name has been attached to. So if you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself and tell the people in the chat a little bit about yourself.
Cool. What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Squires. I'm a music producer. I'm a video director. So the video you just saw, I did like the background music for it, like put the song together. And I also shot the video. And that's what I've continued to do. And it's kind of my thing. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Where did you get the fire truck? Like, did you have to go to a fire station and be like, hey, listen, I need to shoot a video.
So,
can you just pull out and turn your lights on real quick?
Yeah. So my uncle is actually the fire chief in my hometown. So I reached out to my cousin and I was like, hey, what are the chances that we'd be able to film this video with a fire truck for like literally like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. And then they were like, oh yeah, no problem. Come on down. So me and Elijah, like, were racing against the clock, but we probably we got like so much that we shot within like that small window. But yeah, that's how we got the fire truck. So it was like just through a family member. Yeah.
Is it a paid organization or a volunteer organization?
You know, I don't know the answer to that. I assume, actually, I don't want to assume anything. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. Only reason I ask is because for years I was in the volunteer fire department and I also did EMS work here in New York. So I'm very familiar with the inner workings of a volunteer department and stuff like that. That was basically my only reasoning for asking. It looked like a really nice truck that they pulled out, though.
I don't know the answer. I know that my uncle has been there since his teens, and now he's in his like 60s. You know, so yeah, so he's been there like his entire life. So that's all I really, that's all I know. And then my cousin's awesome. Yeah.
Well, props to your uncle for protecting the community. Obviously, it's a very dangerous job, and you know, it takes a true
Yeah. No, I mean, so I don't know if you know this about me, but my house actually burned down. And my house burned down in 2011. And
Ooh,
he was like one of the first responders for when that happened.
wow.
Yeah.
No, I did not know about that. But
Yeah. So I
I'm
have a song. My bad.
no,
But
go ahead.
so I have this song, "Take Me Home," that kind of like talks about it. I mean, it's a long time ago now. Like it happened in 2011, but it's like one of those like moments that shape you and kind of change the whole course of your life. So I
Oh,
mean, that's like,
definitely.
yeah,
It's definitely a traumatic experience. I mean, obviously, yeah, we all have possessions. Possessions can be replaced. Sometimes it's hard to replace possessions. Like as a music producer, I'm assuming like you got thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars in equipment and all that. So yeah, it
yeah.
takes
I
a little bit
mean,
of time, but
so with that situation, we basically lost everything, and insurance covered like nothing. They covered part of the rebuild of the house, which I ended up living in for like a few years. But my dad actually calls the house burning down one of the luckiest days of his life, just because off the sense that none of us got hurt. Like you can replace items,
exactly.
but you can't replace people, dude.
Exactly. That's where I was going. It's like, yeah, you may struggle a little bit to rebuild and, get your feet back on the ground, but it could have been so tragic. Like I've been to
Yeah.
countless fire scenes to where people weren't as lucky and they perished in the fire, and it's a heartbreaking moment, honestly.
I mean, I
You
can't
know.
even imagine, dude. So, I mean, I'm like, it might sound crazy, but I'm thankful. Like in hindsight, at the time, miserable. You know what I mean? Terrible, terrible,
Right.
terrible. But in hindsight, I'm thankful that it happened because it gave me a new perspective. It gave me a new appreciation for things. And not that I wasn't appreciative before, because I definitely was, but like, it really puts things in perspective. And not for nothing, who's to say that I would have been doing videos and like, because my whole video photo career, because that's how I entered the game. I entered the game as a video guy. And
Okay.
my whole career got jump started because my house burned down and I needed money to live. You know what I mean? And I knew how to make videos. That was like my thing.
Right.
So from that, you know what I mean? It's like I who's to say I'd be in where I'm at now if it didn't happen? And I love where I'm at now. So I'm super thankful. I would go through my house burning down 100 times again if it told me that I would still end up here, you know?
Right. Definitely. What's up, Namson? Everybody in the chat. We got B Mad, Rock On, Purple, Nico, Andrea. Huge shout out to Andrea for reaching out to Mike and setting up this interview.
Facilitating. Shout out to Andrea.
Appreciate you. But so you came in as a video guy. So what made you go down the path of becoming a producer and making beats?
So I started doing videos in like 2011. I actually started producing music not too far after, like 2012, but I just was finding success as a video guy. So I started shooting a lot of concerts. I like one of the first concerts I ever shot in high school when I was 16 was for Big Sean. And that was
Ooh,
like, that's what I'm saying. So I start like, that was like an insane moment for me. And then from that, I ended up getting a job at a nightclub, Tuxedo Junction, where I was filming all their events. And I mean, that's its own crazy story. They actually just put out an HBO documentary about Tuxedo Junction and Ian Bick, who was the owner. And your boy makes a slight, very, very slight cameo in that documentary. but they used a bunch of my footage, and it like, I mean, that was like an incredible experience. But it all domino effect. So then I ended up meeting a lot of people from working at that nightclub, and then I started doing music videos, and then the videos started getting millions of views, and then from there, I started touring a lot. And then I ended up touring with like Watsky, if you know who that is. That's who I tour with like mostly. And then
I've
from that,
heard of them.
I ended up touring with Webby, and it just kind of all domino effect. But then while that was all happening, I was releasing songs with my homie Pimo, and we just kept releasing singles. And then eventually, our song "Come Home" ended up, and I was planning on continuing anyways, but our song "Come Home" really took off for us. I mean, it's coming up on like 10 million streams now. But that song like really showed us that like, wow, this is possible. you know.
Wow.
So it kind of all domino effect. It wasn't like I like planned everything. I just like kept creating, and then I was like, wow, this is working. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't wish you to go through another traumatic event like losing your house
No,
and all that
I appreciate that,
in a
dude.
fire, but like I'm
Well, who's
proud
to
that
say
you
it would have
took that
happened?
negative and you turned it into such a positive, because
It's
obviously you're extremely successful. All the videos that I've seen that you've done, like, they're pulling numbers, and you've worked with some really big names that I've seen on there. Like,
to kind of touch on turning the negative into a positive. Like I remember, and keep in mind, I was 16 when the house burned down, so I might have even been 15. But I just remember looking in the mirror, like as after it happened, and just being like, "Damn, why me? Like, why did this happen to me?" And I just remember feeling like I don't want to go down as a kid whose house burned down. Like that's not who I am, you know? So
right.
I guess maybe an urge to not be that person. And just I didn't have any other choice. But I mean, it is heartbreaking when like bad things happen and then people kind of lean to the dark side and let it get the best of them. But and it's not easy. It's not easy. Like, you know, it, I think it's important to take every situation that happens like and just like try to look at the positive, even if it doesn't feel like there's positive in it in the moment. You have
Hmm.
no idea what's right around the corner. Like sometimes things happen, sometimes doors close so others can open. That's all.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
What's up, DJ Edits? How you doing? Thank you for joining the stream.
What's up? What's up?
Um, like, I'm going through your catalog right here, and I'm just looking at some of your videos, and like some of the names, like I see Pimo all the time,
Yeah.
and I would have never come across Pimo if I believe it was Andrea requested one of your videos, the one that Inner Peace. No, there was
Mm,
one before that. There was Headlights. I'm Jaded. Inner Peace. We checked out Sirens, but like those three have Pimo on them, and I was like, I've never heard of this guy, and
yeah.
like your name is basically in the front of everything because you said you're more or less an
At least for as far as my
artistic
channel goes.
producer.
Yeah, like an art producer. So artist producer is what I'm calling it. So it's like because a lot of producers like kind of stay low key, but I'm kind of trying to push myself to like the forefront where it's like, I don't necessarily agree with everything this person does, but I think they've done a phenomenal job with like building a career like DJ Khaled, that's like
Hmm.
somebody. But I think like a good way to because I was thinking about it after we talked, like right before this, like if you were to take like Cole Bennett and DJ Khaled and kind of like squish them together and like amongst a bunch of other things, you probably get like a similar like Mike Squires product.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess that's like a good, I think my styles are different than both of theirs, but as far as like what they do, I think that's a good
Yeah, I
comparison.
mean, you definitely have a very interesting style. Like, I went through and I checked out some of your videos, and I seen very briefly. I checked out your sample tape that dropped 6 days ago,
So the sample
and
tape didn't drop yet, but
or no,
the single,
like the
but the teaser.
trailer,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
All good,
the
all good.
trailer to it, and I believe in there in the very beginning, you're like, you talked about a fire, and I must not have been paying attention or something. And
Yeah,
in there, you're just like, you never know what life's going to bring you. And that's absolutely
that's
right. And
real,
just
dude.
like you said, I mean, you could have sat back and you could have pissed, moaned, and complained and been like, I just lost everything I have. There's nothing left for me. And you had that mindset of, I need to survive. What can I do to survive? I can do videos. And you put in that work. So that's why I'm showing my utmost respect for you, because you could have just taken the easy way out and been like, there's nothing left for me. And you're like, no,
Yeah,
screw that. I need to get up. I need to go to work.
yeah. I mean, if anybody who knows me knows that I am a psycho when it comes to working. Like I'm in the studio till the sun's coming up. Like literally last week, I left the studio at like 6 a.m. and then I drove home. But like, I just, I don't know. I really enjoy what I do, so it's like it doesn't even feel like work. But
Right.
it's really rewarding to see how the reception of all the singles on the project are doing so far, and just everything that goes along with that, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I said, like there's some big names on here. Atlas. I love Atlas,
Legend,
and
dude.
I'm so glad that he reached out to Crypt that one day, and he's just like, "Hey, can I do a hook for you?" And like it's amazing how things work out, because when Crypt put Atlas on, Atlas had maybe 10 or 11,000 subscribers,
Yeah, dude.
and then it just blew up out of nowhere. It's just like, poof. It's like,
Bro,
what is wrong with people?
Dude, the second I heard Atlas's sweet, sweet voice, like I already knew. So I originally heard him on my homie Cakes Mitchell's like Instagram story, and I was like, who is this? And I know he didn't have I don't know how many people followed him at the time. Like, I know it wasn't like a lot, but I don't know. I just like the second I saw Atlas, I just was like, yo, this dude's gonna be doing arenas. Like, because he just got that super powerful voice. Like, my favorite thing about Atlas is he doesn't text, he calls me. So when he calls me, it's like, damn, and we for a long time. So it's like, damn, I'm about to get an hour of this man's sweet, sweet voice.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. But so when you go to, let's say someone reaches out to you and it's like, hey, I have an idea for a song, I need a beat. Like, what is your process of figuring out what style of beat to do? Or like, is there samples of some stuff that like to try to give yourself an idea of what the artist is looking for? Like, what is your process?
I mean, sometimes like artists will send me like references. They'll be like, oh, I want to do a song like this or something similar to this, but like if we could put our own like twist on it so that it's not that other song. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I guess like references, but that's like probably like 5% of the time. Like the other 95%, I'm just kind of cranking out beats that I want to make, and then I'm trying to find homes for them, So it's like, I think Pimo's gonna sound great on this, so I'll send it to Pimo. You know what I mean? So just like kind of like that process,
Okay. So basically, you have a whole catalog pretty much ready to go at any given moment. It's like,
yeah, I'm at this particular moment, I'm probably sitting on at least 200 beats that I think could be turned into fire songs, like legitimately. Not like I definitely have more beats than that, but like not all of them are friggin', in my eyes, like hits, like that would just like get people excited. But then there's also the whole thing where it's like I could send somebody a pack of beats and then they'll hear the one that I was like, nah, I don't think that's the one. But then they're like, nah, that's it. And then it turns into a song. So, I mean, anything could be anything, I guess you never know until you go.
Well, the best thing about music is, it's all perceptive. It's how is this going to speak to a person? It could speak to you one way and you're just like, I'm not feeling it. But someone else, like you said, hears it and it's like, man, this is the one. Like, we got to do this and we got to do it now.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, so I told you about the session I was in till like 6 a.m. last week. That's like, I was working on like a song for this summer, and I am literally convinced that it's my best song. You know what I mean? And somebody also out there could just like absolutely hate it. But for me, at least, it's my favorite song that I've ever made. So, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and that, my opinion of it's not going to change if somebody doesn't like it, though,
Oh, yeah. I mean, you basically have to take everything, especially with YouTube and like all these streaming platforms and everything. You have to take everything with a grain of salt. Like, you have to get tough skin right off the bat, because
yeah, dude, I'm ready for the criticism.
People out here will annihilate you.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely received like some wild comments in the past too. I can't remember any off the top of my head, but I try to like, sometimes I'll respond and be like, yeah, man, like if they're just talking shit, I'll just be like, yeah, man, I agree. What's Mike up to? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll just like try to be funny with it and like, because I don't know. I just like take it. I don't know. I try to like embrace it and just like, honestly, I just like try to respond and hoping that like maybe they could just like, it's not that serious. Like, it's never like, I don't know. It's like, just because you don't like my song, like, I don't know, just like it's not that serious. Like
Exactly.
it's okay. Like you're okay. It's like okay to not like songs, but I'm thinking like for the most like 95 again percent of like all the reception's always positive. So it's like, why the heck are you gonna let all of these 100 people that are like showing you love make that one person that's like hating on you? Like, don't let that one person that's hating on you over like put that their opinion over the value of the 100 that are showing you love, you know?
Right.
So
Yeah, it's hard though. It is hard. Like there's, I follow Crypt a lot, and he's like, it amazes me. I get so many thousands of positive comments, but that one comment that comes through that I see that says, "You freaking suck. You should stop. You don't know what the hell you're doing." Yada yada yada, and like it just like implants a bug in the back of your head, and it'll keep cycling back to it, and it is hard. But
yeah.
like I used to have the same thing. I'm sure you've seen by now. I'm missing a couple of my teeth in the front, and I still get comments about it. Oh, you're missing teeth. I've just gotten to the point where I just troll them back. It's like, listen, if you want me to have a perfect smile, my Cash App and my PayPal is in the description box.
Dude, you got a perfect smile to me, dude. Friggin' but dude, like who like I don't know, people just fucking hate. I hate that people hate. Honestly, Atlas gave me some good advice once. Or I don't even know if it was advice, but he just was like, if people are hating on you, that's great because that means your content's seeing new people. And that's what you
Exactly.
want, you know? So ever since he said that, I've been like, every time I see a hater, I'm like, oh, this is great. You know what I mean? Like, because
Right.
I guess the idea, like, it's cool. Like, yeah, you want to grow, and the only way you can grow is if you see new people. And if you see new people, you're bound to get fucking haters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely. And like YouTube's crazy. Like people that they have that screen defense up, and it's like, listen, if you can come to me in person with that same energy,
I call them keyboard warriors, man.
exactly. Like put down the
Keyboard
keyboard,
warriors.
walk away from your screen, and then come to me, and I'm either
Yo,
gonna win or I'm gonna lose. Plain as
you just
end of
reminded
story.
me, dude. You just reminded me of a really deep cut story in my life. So I'll tell you. So I used to make YouTube videos, like back in probably late middle school, early high school. And when I was in high school, I would put out these comedy videos, like, and I would always have this one consistent hater. And he just like every video, it's like, you suck, I hate you, like whatever the nasty comment was, like, and then one day I'm sitting in class and I see this kid's computer in front of me and I see him signed in the corner. And in the corner is the fucking username of the dude that was hating on me. And I was like, no way. So I went up to the kid and I was like, how are you doing? And he was like, oh, good. Like nothing was happening. I didn't even know this kid that well, which was actually even crazier. I was like, nice YouTube username. And then he fucking lost it. He just was like, he was like, I was like, stop commenting on my videos. And I walked away. But I just like, damn, that was a deep cut memory. I haven't thought of that story since it happened, but that's crazy. But I guess that might have been my first experience with like a hater. But it goes to show
Right.
you what we're saying about like the keyboard warriors. The second I confronted him in person, it was like, he
Oh
wasn't,
yeah, I was a completely different person. You had a completely
yeah, he
different.
wasn't going to be mean to me ever in like real life. Like, I was like, what the
Right.
heck? Yeah. But thankfully, I'm a nice dude. Like, I could have been mean in that situation too, but I don't know. What's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
Out of the people that you've worked with, who would you say is your favorite to work with? I know that's a shitty question because it's
No,
kind of
and
like
is it shitty
playing the
that I have
favorite
an answer?
game.
Is it shitty that I have an answer?
I mean, you
uh,
didn't even drop
I
bat
mean,
an eye.
I
You're
love
like,
everybody. I love everybody for different reasons. You know, here I'll start off with who it is, but then you got to understand that I love all these people. Like, I have so much love for all these people, but this one person really changed my perspective, and I'm just like really thankful for them too because they just like opened my here. All right, here, let's get into this. So I used to tour with an artist who was super boo boo, just like not that great of a person, not that nice. And I was ready to quit touring like forever. I just did not want to tour ever again. I was like, if this is what touring's like, I don't want to be a part of this. So
mhm.
eventually it got so bad that I did quit. and I put a lot of time into this artist team, like music videos, everything, blah, blah, blah. Like, and then, so for like a month after I quit, I was like, damn, I just put so much time into that, like spent years building that up. And like, now it's just I'm kind of like SOL right now. Like, so then all of a sudden I'm like just continuing to do my thing. Watsky. So this is the artist. Watsky reaches out to me and offers me the best tour experience it was like the biggest opportunity that I've ever had in my life up until that point. Mm-hmm. So I ended up touring with Watsky, and then I like met his entire crew. Like, so I've actually toured with them before, but as an opener. But this time, that's how they knew me. We were the opening act, and then I ended up touring with Watsky and like really connecting with his tour crew. And I was like, dang, this is what touring's supposed to be. Like, you guys are all so nice. And so, I mean, that's always held a special place in my heart, because it's like, even if like George didn't mean to do it, like at that time, like, I mean, that couldn't have came at better timing. But that goes back to what I was saying earlier, where it's like, when one door closes, another one opens. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I just really enjoy George's creative process. He's like one of the people that he's like, his process isn't always practical. A lot of the time it's really elaborate in how he wants to do things, but it's inspiring. So, I mean, he's a good friend of mine, and I'm just really inspired with how he treats his team. And that's inspired me, like, you know, to how I want to treat people. Like, and I just love his creative process. So I do love working with him. But I mean, there's a ton of people I love working with too. Like, Webby's great, Echo's great, you know, Atlas. Anytime I get to work with anybody, I love working with Devon Terrell. We haven't worked in forever, but I mean, I love that dude to death. Pimo, obviously, friggin', we have a whole album together. I just was out in Vegas working on his next one. We're probably gonna work on another one soon. I mean, I got so much love for all these dudes. I mean, it just goes on.
So, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously, like, even as a reaction channel, like, I get reaction requests all the time. And everybody in the chat can pretty much verify. Like, I use Google Forms for my reaction requests, and my free requests had gotten to the point to where I had over 150 requests lined up, backed up. And I'm the type of person to where I was doing everything that came in, no matter what it was. So
that's a grind, out
my channel, and if you check out my channel, I have got everything from foreign artists. I've been checking out a lot of Russian artists lately.
That's awesome.
And like, my main life source is hip hop and, you know, rap and stuff. That's where I'm more comfortable. Like, I can kind of figure it out more, but I've been expanding into heavy metal, metalcore, deathcore, all this stuff. And it's an amazing journey. So I finally got to the point to where it's like, you got to stop. You can't do every request that comes in. Close them down.
You got to put your like, my bad, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you're
good.
That's got to be taxing. You know what I mean? You're gonna drive yourself crazy.
Oh yeah, it is. And it's like, I would do 9 or 10 reactions in one day, and it's like, yes, I've made a dent. I'd wake up the next morning and there's 25 new requests. It's like, son of a bitch.
That's super funny, dude. Yeah, that's how I feel about TikTok right now, dude. I made like, I just been making TikToks nonstop, and then I'll post them, and then I'm just like, dang, I'm out of TikToks to post. I need like more. So I've taken on the TikTok battle recently, and I think it's been going good, but it's not the exact same, but I feel what you're saying in the sense of that. Like, where it's just like, even when you feel like you're done, you're not quite done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've almost got my list caught back up to where we can open up the free requests again. And I'm excited about that, but I had to put some rules in there. It's like, listen, you guys can't be sending me 8, 9, 10-minute songs under a free request. Like, I love you guys. I love doing this, but this is all I do. I'm trying to make this full time. And it's like, if you want to hear that song so bad, I do offer a priority request. I think I'm one of the cheapest reaction channels on the platform for a paid priority request. And like, I charge a flat rate of $10.
Yeah, dude.
And
I'm about to submit all the Harry Potter movies, dude.
Listen, I will come out to the West Coast and we will scrap in person. I will have that same energy when we meet.
Avada Kedavra. I don't know, dude. Friggin', yeah, dude. No, I'd probably lose in a fight. I've only been in one fight in my entire life, and I didn't even want to be in the fight. I thought it was dumb, but I
Right.
just like when someone's swinging on you, I guess like, what do you do? I mean, I could have ran, but I just like running also wasn't an option in that situation. But I mean, that was way early high school. That was around the time my house burned down. It also wasn't in the best spot in my life, but we bounced back, dude. We're back, Mad Hatter.
Really, dog? Stop it.
What's your dog's name?
Juno.
Juno? Very nice. Very nice.
Out there deciding that she was going to start itching. I thought someone was freaking pounding on the door.
So I was saying I have a cat, JD, and he normally scratches all on that door. So knock on wood, we've been blessed without. Maybe he'll make an appearance. You know, who knows?
So you said that you go to the studio. If I ask any question that you're not comfortable with asking, please tell me. You know,
I'm an open book, dude. You can ask me anything, and I will answer it because that's just how I run my life. I have nothing to hide. Okay. It's super transparent.
I mean, you've been doing this for a while, so you've been doing videos and all that for over a decade now. You're going on 11 years. Like, do you own your own studio, or do you rent out studio space to make your beats, or?
So, we're actually sitting in it right now. I got like speakers here and the whole setup. I got a mic right here. So like, yeah, I technically do own my own studio, and a lot of the songs that we've made have been recorded here as well. But what I'm learning, dude, there's just something about getting in like a real big studio with all your friends and stuff that's like different energy than just like working on stuff home alone. I think they both have their purpose. Like there's definitely a time and place for me to like sit in and grind here and get stuff done, which I do pretty much daily, you know? But then there's times where I just worked on this record where I was in the studio last week and there's 4 people on that song. Like my studio is great, you know, to use, but to have like 4 people in here comfortably, like plus an engineer, plus like if someone wants, like, I don't know, I think it's always better to go to the studio too. And then also another reason is if it's at my house, I'm not going to bump into anybody. Like I like, there's something about, because the studio I go to has a bunch of rooms where there's like other studios too. So I like running into other artists and being like, hey, like I just heard your song. Like, I don't know, there's just more inspiration there. And the collaboration process is just cooler when I think you physically go to the studio, because one of my favorite things is just bumping shoulders with other artists, and who knows, and then it ends up with us like working on a song, you know? So, so I think there's value in that.
Oh, definitely. Like I got people in my chat. They're like, "Oh, you should do a song. You should do a song." It's like, listen, nobody wants to hear this voice. I don't care
you should do it.
What kind of mixer you are. You're not going to make this voice sound pretty.
I think you're wrong, dude. I know engineers who could make anything sound fantastic, dude. So if you ever want to make a song, I super support you doing it. Just know that. Like Mike Squires has your back.
Well, I've got the stuff downstairs. Like I've got the Scarlett I2I interface. I've got the XLR microphones. I have a DAW. I've got the studio headphones, and it's just like,
what's stopping you, dude? Do you want to do it?
I'm not that good with words. Like I have a shirt that says "Words Hatter Words" that I sell for merch because I'm sure you've seen some of my reactions. Like I fumble over my words. This goes quicker than this does, and it just goes. Blah, blah.
I mean, I actually think I'm kind of the same way in that sense, but it's kind of like anything. Practice makes perfect, dude. Like if it's something you genuinely want to do, like this applies to anybody with anything. It's like if it's something you genuinely want to do, just practice it. Like, you know what I mean? Eminem didn't become the best, like, you know what I mean? It like
exactly.
You know what I mean? Everybody, think of any artist, like the point where they're hitting their most success is not the same spot where they started. You know what I mean? It's a gradual process. And I think there's value in just going with it. Like, you know, people like to see progression. So it's like, just get started. Have the hardest part of the battle is getting out of your head and just getting started. And then once you do that, you just keep going and you're going to get better. If it's something you want to do, like, I don't know. That's just my thought.
Be mad. You're an asshole for that.
Yo, be mad. Yeah, wherever BMAT is, we have to take a flight out. I'll come from the East Coast, you come from the West Coast, and we'll swing on them. Bring it in. Damn, but like that's hella funny. Friggin', it's kind of yeah.
I
I got
mean,
nothing for that one. I got nothing for that one.
I guess I'm gonna create my own genre.
Dude, damn. But I mean that's kind of hard because it kind of plays off of mumble rap. That's pretty damn stumble rap. But nah, dude, it's just like anything. Practice makes perfect.
Well, little interesting story. I was like 15 at the time, and you know, just was getting into hip hop. You know, growing up, my parents always listened to the country or the older style rock, and it's like, occasionally we'd go in the car and we got like Mix 101.5 to where it's, you know, today's hit music or pop music or whatever. But like the first time I heard any kind of rap or hip hop, I was like, it was Eminem, Superman.
Mm.
And something about that song just hit me. And I was like, that's really cool. I think I could do this. I used to write poetry when I was a kid. I was actually published in Washington, D.C.
That's a beautiful thing, dude.
and got a poetry award. And I was like, well, I used to do poetry. Maybe I could do this too. And so I just sat down. My dad got me the 8 Mile movie. And I had an old school desk, had the fucking uncomfortable chair and everything to where you slide in. I fucking slid in. I had my notebook here, and I'd just watched the movie. And I'd sit there, and it was on DVD, so I'd stop it right at the final battles, and I would just let those beats play. And I'm writing, and I had probably 30 songs at up to
Damn,
one point.
dude.
And my dad actually did take me to a studio
That's a
here
beautiful thing, dude.
in Western New York. It was really weird. I've never seen anything like it since then. But it was like a program to help underprivileged kids.
Okay.
And like it was a music program, so they let me go into the studio for an hour a week. Every week, my dad drove 45 miles away to take me to the
Dude,
studio.
shout out your dad, dude.
And like they made the beat for me. They let me record it. And it's just, I've kind of always kicked myself in the ass for not continuing it. But I think the biggest part that holds me back is I was bullied a lot in school. I was the quiet kid that sat alone at the lunch table. Nobody liked me, whatever. And we had these stupid 3-inch trapper keepers, the zip up binders. And I had all my raps in there, and they went through that and they destroyed them and tore it all out.
Dude. Well, in the words of Little Yachty, fuck them kids, bro. Friggin' because, dude, at the end of the day, Mad Hatter is you're in control of your life. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
dude, I got so much shit every time if I listen to everybody who talks shit about me every single step of the way, I wouldn't be doing anything because every time I try to do anything, I feel like I'm getting somebody who's just like, well, that's not a good idea. Well, you shouldn't do that. Like, I don't know,
right.
dude. So, yeah, if it's something like you want to do, you should get started. I mean, like it's kind of how I kind of talked about this earlier today, not on here, but it's scary though. It is scary to take that leap because I feel like I'm kind of in the middle of like that leap now. I feel a little bit more comfortable because I've already been in like, doing videos for years. But I mean, I'm about to drop this album on April 12th, and I have never done anything like this in my life. You know what I mean? But I'm thankful the reception has been good, but it's scary, dude. There's no doubt about it. Is that it's scary?
Oh yeah, definitely. And like
but you gotta
I've been on YouTube, so it's like I know what to expect, and it's like okay, I know that people are gonna sit there and come with hate comments. People are gonna be like, "Oh, you suck," blah blah blah. Like I've already got the tough skin, so I don't know. I actually did write a song a couple years ago.
Yeah,
it is out on YouTube. I did not record it. A buddy of mine, Jackson Pierce, I sent him the lyrics. I paid for the beat. And I was like, can you put this out for me? Because I don't like my voice. And he's like, yeah, I can do it. So if you don't mind, I'll show you this.
Right now?
And yeah.
Oh, let's do it, dude. I'm ready.
And I'd say 96 to 97% of the lyrics are my own lyrics.
Okay.
He tweaked like 3% of the lyrics, but he found the beat. I just paid for the beat and he recorded it. So
wait, before you press play, can I do like a DJ drop?
sure.
Like that? Can I like hype you up? Friggin' is your artist name Mad Hatter too?
I don't have an artist name. Funny fact. Back when I started writing, I worked at McDonald's, and my dad, he was, God rest his soul. I lost him in 2005.
I'm sorry,
but
dude.
my dad, he was a little short fucker. He was like 5'3", 5'4", quick as shit. Had medical issues. He was a miracle baby. He wasn't supposed to live. But long story short, he was the funniest man. Shut up, Alexa. No one's talking to you. No, stop. Fucking technology. I hate it. But anyways, like he was a smart ass and he would find something to joke about on anything. And like my first week of working at McDonald's, I sat there and they told me to put down regular meat and I put down quarter meat instead. So he called me Quarter Man, which was funny to me because he collected coins.
Yeah.
And one of the most popular collectible coins that you can come across today was the bicentennial quarter.
I don't know much about that, but now I'm learning.
It's the bicentennial is 200 years of the United States being a country. So it was 1776 to 1976. And so he would call me Bicentennial Man. One, it's a horrible rap name because obviously the movie Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams, you search Bicentennial Man on YouTube, that's all you're going to find. And it's not really a catchy name, but like it meant a lot to me because my dad kind of helped me come up with it. So
yeah, no, dude. I mean, I think that's cool in itself. Like, as long as it has meaning to you, that's like all that like really matters, especially when it comes to like creating an art. But
right,
I'm super excited to hear this record, man. Friggin', let's go. Oh, I gotta do my DJ drop for you.
Yeah, you gotta do the DJ drop. You can just call me Mad Hatter for now.
Okay. Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mike Squires. We're about to hear an exclusive Mad Hatter hit, The Reason. Hey, yo, Mad Hatter, drop that shit.
I don't know where he found this beat, but this beat is fucking fire.
I love it. I like the artwork, too, with the painting and I like the timer.
When you first met me, I was in a dark time. Voices telling me every day to die, poison in my mind. I was broken, getting smashed into 1,000 pieces. I was living in darkness as my will to live decreases. Wanting nothing more than die, so the pain will vanish. Feeling like an outcast, Rosa Parks on a bus vanished. The whole world changed the day you walked into my life. First time with great depression that I felt alright. We were two lost souls wandering aimlessly. 6 months later, I woke up and laying next to me. Spending time and growing together as a changing season. Wanting to live in love again, and you are my reason. We were blessed to find love when we weren't even searching. The odds stacked against us, damn, but we're really working. Two people thrown to the side and collected carelessly. Found love in a hopeless place, believing death. Never dreamed we would ever cross paths. Now that we have, I'm never gonna look back. Please promise me you'll give me at least 200 seasons. Because of you, now I wanna live. You're the reason. I wanna make a million memories. I do. As long as I'm with you, I know love will get us through. I'm no longer broken into pieces. You're the reason. You're no longer broken into pieces. I'm the reason. Life became a battle, always fighting in the trenches. A player in the game, but always warming up the benches. I'm leaving that in the past, looking forward to the future. You've healed all my wounds. Your love is my suture. Like Jack and Sally, it's till death do us part. Come together pieces from each other to mend our hearts. Even after death with you was where my loyalty resides. Every day that I was broken, you stood by my side. 2
Two people done wrong in the past, picking up the pieces day after day. Appreciation grows as love increases. Building up to slot together, started the foundation, turning our debris from devastation into new creation. You took me from a lonely caterpillar, just getting by. Showered me with love, and now I'm like a butterfly. I can't help but wish that I would have found you sooner, but I promise you, will you marry me is in your future. I never dreamed we would ever cross paths. Now that we have, I'm never gonna look back. Please promise me you'll give me at least 200 seasons. Because of you, now I wanna live. You're the reason. I wanna make a million memories, I do. As long as I'm with you and no love gets through. I'm no longer broken into pieces, you're the reason. You're no longer broken into pieces, I'm the reason. When the darkness consumed me, I felt left behind. You came out of nowhere and the sun began to shine. I wanna tell you thank you for salvaging my wreck life, and to show you how grateful I am that you were in my side. I know your past left you broken too, you definitely had it tough. Finally found happiness, now we're diamonds in the rough. Forever. We escaped from deserts, we escaped from droughts. Who knew the cave of wonders would lead us down this beautiful route? Growing closer, the Harry and Ginny within Gryffindor. Separated at the beginning, but the sorting had swords. Either flying on a Nimbus or even winning epic swords, leaving past behind us as we walk through Great Hall's doors. Two broken souls that refuse to give up on love. We were both already buried, now we're both rise above. I don't take every day for granted, I remember what life was. Every day with you is special, I'm in love. I never dreamed we would ever cross paths. Now that we have, I'm never gonna look back. Please promise me you'll give me at least 200 seasons. Because of you, now I wanna live. You're the reason. I wanna make a million memories, I do. As long as I'm with you and no love gets through. I'm no longer broken into pieces, you're the reason. You're the reason. You're the reason.
Dude, before I get into my critical analysis and like my thoughts and everything, I need to say that I was fucking sick that you made Harry Potter references.
Yeah.
That
Everybody catches the Harry Potter references, but they don't catch the ones before it.
friggin', but the Nimbus, it just friggin' hits, dude. So my thoughts are, dude, like if you just keep at it, like you're already at like a better spot than like most people just starting out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think if it was something that you genuinely had love for and wanted to do, if you just keep doing it, you're gonna get better. I think like if you were trying to like if I was to give advice, not that you asked for it, but if I was to give advice, I would try to find an engineer who like you can really build and grow with, and find a producer that like is your guy, because that's only going to make your quality and everything better, and you're gonna build your own, like your own sound, and so I think that's my thoughts. But it's just like anything, you put time into it, you're gonna get better at it. You know what I mean? I'm sure
Right.
you're better with the reaction videos now when you just started. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
anything that you put time. If you wanted to become a chef, like if you started cooking every day for a month, you would be better at the end of the month than you are right now.
Mhm.
You know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely.
So it's just anything you put time into. But I really enjoyed it, dude. I think there's potential there. I think it's something you really need to like hone in on and like practice and like work on. But if it's something that you want to do, like I don't see any reason that anything should stop you.
Right.
So that is
Yeah,
my 2 cents.
like
Take it for what it's worth, man.
a lot of people that I show this to, they're like, it seems like it's lacking the emotion, which I can completely understand because I've done a
That
ton.
comes in time, dude. That
Well,
like
the artist that's doing it, they're like, I think that if you would have done it, you would have had that emotion in there, because this is all true. Everything that you just heard is a true story. Like my marriage of 7 years ended abruptly, and I was in that dark space. I was at times suicidal, and like Miss Hatter, that's who the song's about. I wrote it for her in 2020 for Christmas. And that was her Christmas present, was one of her Christmas presents was this being put out for her. And, I was in that dark time, and she helped pull me through it. She helped make me a better person. And like all the references in there, the Harry Potter references that you brought up, her favorite movie series is Harry Potter. That's why I threw those in there.
Yeah.
And then the ones right before that, it's like, we escaped the deserts, we escaped the droughts. well, it's got a line in there before that about, we're diamonds in the rough. We escaped the deserts. We escaped the droughts. My favorite movie growing up as a kid was Aladdin. So I have the diamond in the rough. I have escape in the deserts.
Yeah.
So like I had some catchy wordplay in there, but being a reactor has also helped me because I've learned about like the internal rhyme schemes and, syllable counting and, the intermittent rhymes and how to play on rhymes a little bit. Like I'm not crazy intelligent when it comes to writing. Like most of my bars are going to be extremely basic compared to people that have been doing it for a long time. But like you said, you only get better with practice.
Yeah. I mean, I got a few things to say. One, I mean, what you just said kind of goes back to what we were talking about, like taking a negative and flipping it to a positive. You know what I mean? It's like, and I think that is a beautiful thing you've done for Miss Hatter. I think that's great. And another thought, this one's a little less serious, but like just in my mind right now is I definitely might have to submit the Harry Potter movie so that the Hatters can react to it, dude. But no,
you're trying to get Warner to take my channel down.
I'll do something too. I'll flip the movie. I'll like mirror it so it's like the other way, or I don't know. Friggin'. But yeah, no, dude. I think it's that is a beautiful thing. And if it was something you were ever to pursue, just practice, dude. It's literally anything. Literally anything. That applies to anything across the board. If you wanted to become an archer, like it's the same kind of deal. You just got to put the time.
Yeah, you got to practice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's like, we want to hear you do a song. We want to hear you do a song. And
do it. I was going to try to start champing it, just you and me.
Oh, don't worry, I'll catch up in about 20 seconds. I'll probably have 30 let's do it's in there. But
do it. Only if you want to, though. That's the only thing that matters. Like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you want to do it, do it. I know it sounds simple, but like it's easier said than done. I know.
Right. Like I want to do it. Right now I'm not financially stable enough to do it. Like, yeah, I've got the DAW downstairs. From what I've been told, it's a really crappy DAW. But
what DAW do you use?
The one I have downstairs is Presonus. Yeah.
Dude, listen, bro. It's not even about the equipment. It's like that's the thing. Use what you have. This is some advice that I will give you. Again, you didn't ask for it, but this advice applies to anybody, and it's advice that I took and I think has helped me tremendously. The equipment that you have and anything does not matter. Friggin' start with what you have and just get better along the way. Because when I started releasing things, I wasn't shooting on the best camera. I wasn't, working in the right DAW. I wasn't doing but like I said this earlier, the hardest part is getting started. And then as you progress, you're going to understand what needs to be done, what you need to upgrade, what actually you're trying to achieve. And that's going to get you those goals and everything you're trying to get. So I think, I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to push you and say that your equipment's good and everything, but your equipment is good. Get it.
Right. It's good enough to get started.
Yes, exactly. You have, and you know what I mean? So the only last ingredient between you getting started and making it happen is literally you just I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? And you just got to drop the rest. Fuck what everyone else thinks. If it's something you want to do, though, I'm you know what I mean? You have to want it. You have to fucking want it more than anything. That's how I feel about this album. I released a photo book. That's how I felt about that. When I did music videos, that's how I felt about that. So it's just the want to make something happen. And it's not easy getting out of your own way. It happens to me too. I get in funks where it's just it's hard to find motivation sometimes. But
yeah,
I find that when you do and you make it happen, those end up being some of the most rewarding moments. So yeah, I don't know. And then worst comes to worst, it doesn't work out. I've had plenty of things I've tried and just didn't work out. I used to vlog for a little bit, didn't work out. But I also got verified on Instagram because of it. So isn't that weird? There's sometimes weird things happen. I don't know. It's just a journey. There are plenty of things I've tried. I tried to make Spotify playlists. Nobody followed those shits. But at least you just got to try. You got to try all these things to find out what works and what doesn't. Because for all you know, you try and and it changes your life completely. So
Very true.
I don't know. You
Just
just
man,
gotta
shut up. You ain't supposed to throw me under the bus like that.
Oh, yeah. Yo, listen, it's all good, dude. Friggin', I mean, it's part of the process. It's like, it's a little bit of a like, it's not easy, and most people wouldn't start like on a phone, but like, it just like, if that's what you got and that's how you can start, fucking do it. I mean, we have TikTok now. All you got to
Right.
do, I mean, on my personal TikTok. So like for situations like this, if you duet one of my sounds and I like the song enough, this applies to anybody, I will literally pay for the studio time and make it a real song. So like that's what I'm trying to push. That's like my next thing. It's like, because there are plenty of artists who aren't fully, like, haven't made the full leap yet.
Right.
But I think it's a great opportunity, and I'll do it, like, especially if the song's good, you know? So it's tricky.
I want to hear some of this dude's music, if that's okay.
You're welcome to play anything.
He's you're not going to hear his vocals.
Yeah. So I'm a music producer. So I make like the beats and like put the songs together, similar to like a DJ Khaled. I mean, much respect to DJ Khaled. I think I'm cooler, but I also do music videos, and kind of like similar to like a Cole Bennett. And if you were to plug DJ Khaled and Cole Bennett together, we would that you would get somewhat of a Mike Squires with different personalities and different styles. But as far as like basic function, that's a good way to describe it.
All right, so this is probably the third video I reacted to of Mike's. Did the beat. Obviously, he's got some huge names on there. Echo, Pimo. Well, before, no offense to Pimo, before checking out any of your videos, I had never heard of him before. But
yeah, no, Pimo's. Yeah, throw some respect on Pimo's name, dude. He's got like millions of streams. He's on the come up. But no, he's a good dude. I love Pimo.
But that's one of the things that I love about, you know, being a reaction channel is I've come across so many new artists. Like, I was so sheltered, and like I was that stupid motherfucker that's like, no, you only listen to this person. This person rocks with this person. So you listen. Like, I secluded myself so much. Like, this person's beefing with this person, so I'm not going to listen to their music. It took me a long time to grow up. I was stubborn and pigheaded for a long time, but this is.
Can I give some shout outs before we drop this?
Yeah, go for it.
I want to give some shout outs to the people behind the scenes who, like, you know, deserve a little bit of shine. So I want to shout out Chris Murda, who's one of the engineers that I work with. I want to shout out Curtis Martin, who's another engineer I work with. I want to shout out Will, who did the visualizer for this and is just an incredible 3D artist, just the immense talent. And then another immense talent is my dude Jose, who did the titling for this. And these are all people who are part of my team. And literally, there is no me without all of those people. So that's why I wanted to say that, because they deserve all the shine in the world. And if you guys are looking to get your sound right, get your look right, these are people you need to reach out to. All right, now we can go. My bad.
No, this is your interview, bro. Like, whatever you want to do, let's do it. Like, you got to shout people out, and, you know,
let's get it, dude.
There's a lot of people. I mean, like me, I'm on the fence about, you know, starting music and shit. Everybody's telling me I should do it, and I'm hemming and hawing. I guess I'm kind of being pessimistic about it, looking at the glasses half empty when it comes to that.
That's the thing too. If you're gonna go into music, you have to be overly positive and optimistic. It's like unrealistic. Like, I am so unrealistic with all my thoughts. But let's say my goal is up here. I'm so like super realistic, like unrealistic with my thoughts, that if I land here, I'm in a fantastic position. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, I don't need to hit here every time. I'll aim for here, but even if I get here, that's a step in the right direction, because any progress better than no progress, dude. Little by little, man.
All exactly. Right. And Vin J did an interview with Vin J, and one of the biggest things that he said that stuck out to me is, like, if you want something, you have to work for it, and you have to work every day. Let's say a house is 50,000 bricks. You don't have to lay those 50,000 bricks in a day. As long as you're laying one brick a day, you're making progress.
No, it's real, dude.
And like, I stopped and I was like, damn, And he's absolutely right. Like, no big
Little by
dream
little, dude.
or no big success story.
I've never talked to Vinjay. I know him through Echo, like, but we've never spoke or anything. But if that's the advice he's dropping, sounds like a great dude.
Oh, I made a comment. Sorry, not to try to take away from yours.
No,
I'm
here for it, dude.
I made a comment to him, and I was like, he's so genuine, and he has such amazing information to give out, and he's so deep in his thoughts. And I was like, Vinjay, I apologize if I come across, I don't know how else to say it, so I'm just going to say it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all, but you don't seem like you're, this nice, kind, intelligent guy, because you're up there and you have your songs where, I'm cocky and I run this shit. And he's like, no, I appreciate that you said that, because I look at it this way.
No,
my
that's
level
great.
of cockiness is where it makes you feel uncomfortable.
And
I sat back and I was like,
whoa,
damn. It's like, this man's this confident in himself, and I call it cocky because it makes me uncomfortable.
Damn.
I was like, it opened my eyes and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I got to check out some more of his stuff, dude. I mean, everything that I have seen so far has been fantastic. But
oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then it makes me listen. One of my things that I love to hear is when I'm talking to somebody about another artist and hearing that they're a good dude. Because
oh, yeah,
I don't care if you're the best artist in the world. If you're a dickhead, I'm not working with you. I just so the fact that he's a good dude is great. It's always nice to hear that too, and it just makes you appreciate the music so much more too.
Exactly.
So, awesome, dude.
All right, so we're going to play this song. I have to take a quick restroom break. I drank too much water. But I'm going to mute myself.
I'll hold it down, dude.
This is Echo, Pimo, Atlas, and Mike Squires, Inner Peace.
Let's get it.
Squires has done it again.
And we're way too far from heaven when it all comes crashing down. Broken heart shards fill the streets and it all comes down to now. Singing, oh, I need to find my inner peace. Singing, oh, I need to find what's inside of me, inside of me.
Tell me what's it take to find love? What's it gonna look like in the end? And what's it take just to find a little light or a little bit of peace that's inside the head? Right, but then when I'm back to life again, it's like I've been wasting all my time to get myself ahead, and all I have is my regrets and best friends that have stopped sending back the text. So what does it really mean when you got a dream? And all the people that you love are stuck in between. Got a character you play but don't know who to be, and lately you don't know yourself, it's like a loose sleep. Yeah, feeling the happiness falling away, and the more that I work to be perfect and shine up the surface, I'm falling apart and the pieces are dying and turning.
And we're way too far from heaven when it all comes crashing down. Broken heart shards fill the streets and it all comes down to now. Singing, oh, I need to find my inner peace. Singing, oh, I need to find what's inside of me.
Wake up so stuck in my head. Wake up so stuck, I'm just trying to find the end. Finding it harder to get out my bed, and these angels and demons push me to the edge. Can't break out, gotta break free. I got some people depending on me. Used to value opinions, now I value peace. Used to fit in the system, now I fit in me. Another long night, long day. Thoughts in my head bring me pain. Never thought it'd be this way. Stuck on this dream that I chase. If I fall down, does that mean I fail? If I get back up, am I the only one who cared? If I lose my mind, will I lose part of me? If I lose all my hope, will I lose inner peace? Got me
And we're way too far from heaven when it all comes crashing down. Broken heart shards fill the streets and it all comes down to now. Singing, oh, I need to find my inner peace. Singing, oh, I need to find what's inside of me. inside of me.
Woo! Yeah, man. I love that song, dude.
Like, I listened to that song. I know we were talking about it a little bit before the stream, and I was just like, it's something that hits everybody because no matter who we are, we go through shit, and you need to find that inner peace. And
I'm super thankful for Atlas. So I actually wrote the hook of that song in its entirety, and I hit up Atlas because I was like, dude, you're gonna sound really, really good singing this hook. Can you please do it for me? And I just asked him. I was like, I know, like, because Atlas writes like all like most of his stuff, and I just was like, would you do this for me? And he was like, yeah, I got you. So there is a version out there of the inner peace hook with me. It does not sound that good. I do a lot of demos, like where it's like I'll record like especially because that's on my album. So like for the songs that are on my album, a lot of I had like a good hand in a lot of the writing of those songs too. You know,
wow.
So yeah, so Drive Slow, which is a song coming out. Drive Slow comes out right before the album, April 8th. It's with Jaron Benton, Locksmith, Pimo, Ellis, who's also, some people might know him as Dylan Reese, and then Obeast, who's on it too. But like the first half of that hook, there's like a demo of me recording that. Like, and I hit up my friend Obeast. I was like, yo, could you record this for me? Like, I have this like cool hook idea. Like, if you think it's good. And then I think he changed a few words around, but like, you know what I mean? So a lot of them are like that I come to the table with too. But then there's also other record that like somebody else came to the table. They're like, yo, we should do this. And it was like all them, you know? So the process with the sample tape was just very collaborative all around, you know?
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was a dope song. And Sorry I'm Jaded. Like that song, the visualizer on it tripped me out because like.
That's Will again. Will's super fantastic. He's like just an incredible 3D artist amongst many other things, dude. He's just like a really talented dude.
Like halfway through it, I realized that like even the shadows were moving, and then like it's got the I'm jaded in the shadow of the human, and it's just like I don't know who did this cover art, but damn, they did a good job.
Yes, that was Will. And I don't remember exactly what it is, but I know Pimo had a big say in like the idea of it too. Like he had like that vision for it too. So that I would put them like it was a combo of those dudes. Like Will with the execution, and then Pimo with like the concept.
Okay.
So yeah.
Andreas says I need to hear that demo, Mike. He's like, no, you don't.
I would pull it up, but I genuinely don't know where it is, because the thing about like Inner Peace, that hook was recorded over 2 years ago. Yeah, I mean, like these records, like they're new to everybody else, but these records are old to me. Like I've been like maniacally plotting for like 2 years, like ever since, because it's like we were on tour, COVID hit, I had to go home, I started working on an album. COVID hit April like 2020, right? So that's like when all these like ish around there, right? But that's when quarantine was. So whenever the quarantine started is when I started doing this. And then so they're all around from that era. How many songs on the album? 21 songs, dude.
Damn.
Songs. It's only an hour long though, which I'm really thankful for. It's only an hour long.
Okay.
But, okay, so let me be real. There's 18 songs, but there's 3 skits. But I say so there's an intro, and then there's a voicemail from my dad that's on there, and then there's a voicemail from Robbie, who's been like a mentor like for me since like I've been in high school. So but then there's 18 songs total. So
I was gonna say, new records, you're lucky if you get 12, 13 songs. That seems to be like
this project is
spot or the magic number.
This project is thick, dude. It's got like some solid features on there too. Abstract, if you know who Abstract is, Echo's on there, Pimo's on there, Jaron Benton, Locksmith, Riff Raff, Sammy Adams. I'm trying to think of who else. There's a lot. Jay Wright, Camila Recchio, Annoyed, who's super talented Connecticut artist. If you guys don't know and you enjoy rap music, you need to listen to Annoyed. You're missing out. Listen to his Time and the Place project. That's my personal favorite. I'm trying to think of who. There are a lot of people. I have a song called World Domination that's coming out April 1st, and that has 10 Connecticut artists on it. That, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty excited for that too. And then the project comes out April 12th. And then I got Mad music videos. I got one coming out with Ryan Oakes. There's a lot going on, Mad Hatter. It's hard to keep track of everything, but it's all exciting. I'm dropping a song at midnight. Holy shit. I'm dropping a song at midnight, an hour and a half from now.
You're like, wait, I got something coming up today. Damn it.
Yeah, the video drops tomorrow. Whoa, this is crazy. I mean, dude, I have just been rolling with the punches, and let me tell you that I have been having the greatest time. Just like taking it as it comes, and just like I have all these things like kind of planned out, like this should come out this day, this should come out this day, this should come out, but just kind of like moving with it and just like not having everything so done, and just like the video that's coming out tomorrow isn't even done yet. Like I'm gonna get off this call with you, and then I'm gonna go finish editing that video that comes out tomorrow. So yeah, so but I'm really here for it. I like love it. I just like it's like a challenge. It's exciting, and yeah, that's pretty much that, dude.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, dude.
I had a question and it just kind of went, oh, there it is. I got it back.
You got it, dude.
So your album drops April 12th.
Yes.
I don't usually live stream on Tuesdays.
Okay.
It comes out on a Tuesday.
Yes.
But would you be okay with me making an exception and doing an entire album review for you on April 12th?
Bro, if you wanted to do that, you are more than welcome, dude. And I already told you I'd whitelist your channel too, so that nothing got messed up anywhere down the line too. But anything you want to do, dude, just know that I am super thankful for and grateful. Like, and you have my blessing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just honestly also thank you for bringing me onto your channel. And, you know, this has been like great. I've had a lot of fun talking with you. And so anytime, dude, friggin'.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be respectful and at least ask. I didn't want to just kind of be like, you pop up and be like, this motherfucker.
No, dude, you're super cool. I mean, I genuinely would be curious to hear what you have to say, like what you like, what you don't like. Because I'm sure the thing is, there's so many different styles of music on that project because it's the sample tape. That's kind of the idea. Is like not only are there songs that are sampled, but it's kind of a little sampler. Like if you were to go to a restaurant, like get the little bit of the fish, the little bit of chicken, and a little bit of steak. It's kind of like that, except for music. You get a little bit of country, a little bit of pop, a little bit of rap. You know what I mean? Ooh. So yeah, that's the whole. So you're kind of getting more. So I don't expect everybody to love everything because it's so different, you know?
Right.
But I really enjoyed your reaction to Inner Peace, dude. Friggin' like that brought like when I watched the entire thing and I was just stoked. So I mean, shit, if you react to the whole, I will buckle down with a thing of popcorn and watch your reaction, and I'm excited.
Oh, it'd be something that we would do live. So I mean, you could come in, hang out in the chat, or if you were available and you could come on, I could invite you back on. I would use a different platform because sharing audio through StreamYards is absolute dog shit. I don't know what it is, but as soon as you start sharing audio, it messes up the audio.
That Tuesday and that week is probably going to be like, as far as like making things happen, probably the craziest week of my life. Just because so not only the 12th is my album, the 13th I leave for tour. So I'm like, so I'm super swamped. But I would definitely hop into the chat and just like come and say what up. But yeah, so if you sent me the link, I 1,000% would do that. But I just like to hop in, like, because I'm going to be like going crazy, like push it, like that's the album drop day. So I'm going to be like up to my like everything that day. But I mean, whatever you want to do, just know you have my support all the way.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to throw the offer out there. Like I know some artists, like I've worked with Elijah Kyle. I recorded a private interview, kind of like we're doing right now with Elijah for his album drop.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ring season. and he put that interview on his Patreon page. So I got early access to the album. I got to
that's
listen
really
to the
awesome.
album, and I went through and listened to all of it, and then me and him sat down and we had like a good 45-minute interview where we talked about it. And well, it was longer than 45 minutes because my dumb ass forgot to hit live. So we ended up talking for 25 minutes.
Happens to the
And
best
then
of
I
us, dude.
realized that we weren't recording. It's like, Elijah, I'm so sorry. I
Dude,
fucked
live
up.
streaming is stressful, dude. Friggin', I did it for a period during the pandemic. Like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm like one of the people who put, like, Webby did a live session with Pete Davidson, and I was like the dude who like put that together with one other person. And let me tell you, that was the most hectic 2 weeks of my life. That was like, if you guys go look it up, it's called Web Sesh. We dropped it like 2 420s ago. But that's crazy. You see me like friggin' there's like a hilarious moment where it's like Webby, Pete Davidson, MGK, and then you just see me just like, and then you're just like, it's just a really silly moment. But yeah, that was like that whole experience. I talked to Webby about this the other day, actually. The whole Web Sesh is such like a period piece. Like, it really was a fever dream of an experience. But I wouldn't change it for anything. I would never do it again, ever. But it was great for the one time. It was like, yeah, dude, what a time. That was like, but again, it's like one of those things that wouldn't have happened if the pandemic didn't happen either. So I don't know. Wild, dude. Friggin'.
Domier, to answer your question, we had a brief communication on the reaction video that we just watched. I did a reaction to Inner
And he
Peace.
immediately fell in love.
And he came in and dropped some love down in the comment section. And Andrea's like, listen, I have an artist. If you're looking to fill up a spot, I have an artist that I can reach out to. And I was like, sure, go ahead. And she told me who it was. And I was like, oh, please land this. Please be available.
And then ever since then, we've just been best friends. And yeah, the rest is history, dude.
But yeah, I will definitely write that down. We will be doing an album review on April 12th. And
that's also my dad's birthday. That's why I'm dropping it on that day.
Oh, awesome. I have Fish Brain. That I also have a Fish Brain merch shirt. So people love making fun of me in the chat. I'm surprised that they're not really going off. They usually are.
That's because I fight them, dude. They know I digitally punch them. I don't support violence, but my boy, I don't know.
But they've come up with some really good merch ideas. Like I have this one to where it says it's got a picture of a fish and a plus sign, then a picture of a brain, and then it says equals Mad Hatter reactions. Because I screw up on a word so much, I have one that says Hatter on phonics, and phonics is spelled Phonnixx.
That's pretty good.
And but they are super supportive, so I have to give a shout out to all the people that are in the chat that come
that's a beautiful thing, dude.
Deal with my nonsense all the time.
Yeah, but the nonsense is the fun stuff, man. Like, I feel like this, like I said, it's like not that serious. Like, I mean, if you're not having fun with what you're doing, then you probably should do something else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and to me, the nonsense is fun. I'm always in for the shenanigans, dude. I support the shenanigans 10 out of 10 times. 10 out of 10 hats.
Well, if you're in it for shenanigans, you definitely found the right channel because
let's go, dude.
It's a madhouse here.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to keep up to date with your journey too, dude. Like, I'll stay watching and excited to see like what you come up with, and then whenever you decide to drop that song, like that new song that you're gonna record, just let me know. I'd love to hear it. And that's pretty much it, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know that I'll give a last call to people in chat. If you have any last questions for Mike, he's obviously a busy man. He's got a video coming out in a couple hours, and it's not even done yet. He's got to go finish editing.
Well, the video comes out tomorrow, but I do need to go finish it. Yes.
we need to give him a little bit of time. So
a little bit of time. It's getting there. It's almost done, but like I just need to finish it. Otherwise, it just needs to get done.
Right. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to drop any last questions in the chat. One question I want to ask you is, what program do you use to make your beats? Are you a
I,
Pro
I
Tools
use
guy or?
no, I use Machine, and absolutely nobody uses Machine. Like literally nobody. You ask 10 people, no one's gonna tell you Machine. The only one that's gonna tell you
Okay.
like so I use the Native Instrument software. I mean, most people will probably tell you like FL, Ableton, but I find it very rare when I find people who actually produce in Machine. But they exist. They definitely do exist. But it's just not one of the more popular ones.
I think I've heard of that. Wasn't that like the first one that came out kind of besides Pro Tools? Like Pro Tools has always been the industry standard, but I think
So
remember hearing
yeah,
someone say something like in 2001 they were using it because it was the
I
only thing that
honestly
was comparable.
I honestly don't even know because I've only been producing since like 2012. So
Okay.
but I've been using the same thing since, but just like upgraded versions of the same thing. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Would you ever
Oh,
let someone else do your cover
sorry.
art? Is that like a question for me? Yes, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
I typically do a lot of them. I also have my homie Will that does them. But if it's dope, absolutely. You know what I mean? I'm definitely open to it.
Sarah wants to know, what did you eat for dinner?
Sarah knows that. So Sarah's my girlfriend, and
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, Sarah.
yeah, she's literally in the other room, probably with JD right now. But so I don't know what she expects my answer to be, but I did eat the other half of my Subway sandwich that we got for lunch right before this interview, so that I would be somewhat full. Although I said I was going to make us dinner, so I need you not to crucify me for that, and just know that I did what I had to. That was a survival tactic, Sarah. I love you. Friggin' all right, we should go to the next question. Last question. All right. What's the best way to reach out for work down the line? Dude, just DM me. I have a very high response rate. I really do try to respond to everybody. The only things I don't respond to are like spam, but like I just think it's like so cool to like connecting with people online, and I just try to be as much as I can. Sometimes it gets a little overwhelming and I'm just like, wow, these are a lot of messages. Like I need to put my phone down because I've been on my phone responding to messages for very long. But I try to be as what's the word? Like communicative? That's not the
Right.
word.
Uh,
I don't know, big
open
word.
line of communication.
I'm trying to talk with all of y'all. This is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, dude, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so she said
Tisk,
tisk
tisk.
tisk. You're in trouble.
Listen, if there's a sign for me to leave, it's
That is the
right
sign.
there. That's the sign. Because listen, after this interview, I have to go deal with that. You guys go home. I go deal. I gotta go cook dinner now. So yeah, no, but I'm playing around. I'm super. We should go. I said we were gonna do breakfast for dinner. What platform? Instagram, Twitter. Instagram probably the most. It's funny because Instagram is my least favorite platform, but it's like where I have a bigger following, and it's the one I use the most. But I like it the least. So
Yeah, I'm not a big picture person, so Instagram like was off-putting for me for so long. It's like I don't want to post a fucking picture every time. I just want to make a post. That's why Twitter is amazing. That's why Facebook's amazing. You can just do it. You can
I
just do
wish
a
I had a
quick
bigger
post.
following on Twitter. I love Twitter.
But
Pretty much it. Can I do like a little like friggin' like drop or something, like a little promo thing before I get out of here?
it's your interview, man. Do whatever you want to do.
But it's your channel. You know what I mean? I gotta ask permission, man.
No, go for it. You want to do a promo? Do a promo, my guy.
All right, here we go. Right here. I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Squires. I have my new album, The Sample Tape Volume 1, comes out April 12th. Shout out to Mad Hatter for having me out today. This has been an incredible interview, exciting process. You can find me on Instagram at Mike Squires, on Twitter at I am Mike Squires. I'm on YouTube too. If you just type in Mike Squires, I'm sure I'll come out. I'm not going to say my name again. That's it.
His YouTube link is down in the description box for anybody that's curious.
Yeah, and please subscribe. I'm trying to get those subscribers up. It's a grind, dude. It's a real grind.
This is my third channel. My last channel had almost 6,000, and I got
Holy
hacked.
shit. Damn, dude. That's very
late
upsetting.
November. So from November 20th to now, I've grown this channel almost back up to 2K.
I wonder if it was that kid that I went to high school with.
I don't know. If it was, punch him for me.
If I see him, I'll just be like, you know what you did, dude. Why'd you hack the Mad Hatter? And he'll be like, yo, what are you talking about, bro? All right, dude.
It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for hopping on. Everybody, thank you for coming in and chatting with us. This has been a great time. Hatters signing out. Until next time, Hatters, stay mad, and we will see you in the next one.